MVP with Sky, and you're watching Music Vision Television.
The wait is over. Primetime Television will be introducing the new TV show called the VIP Corner TV Talk Show, and it's designed for the purposes of encouraging, inspiring, motivating, uplifting, and promoting very important people, all while educating and informing the masses with the most current topics and celebrities and undiscovered heroes that affect us as a community of people brought together by all facets of life. We do all of this with style, with grace, a lot of fun. We laugh, we cry, we exercise, we talk, we sing, and most of all, we do it all with you, our very important people, our VIPs. You are our co-host. Join us on this journey with your host, J. Nicole Jones, and the co-host, Howard Sapp, at the VIP Corner TV show, filming this fall.
Hello, my name is Keith Bailey, and I'm a member of Men of Worship. I would just like to take the time to say thank you to all of those family members and friends and associates who have been supporting us all this time.
Hey family, I'm Paula G, and this is my journey on Music Vision Television.
What's going on, everybody? It's me, Jerry was live worldwide, aka the Batman of Charm City. Welcome to Late Night Talk Television. That's right, this is Late Night Talk Television. I always get it mixed up with my Late Night Talk Radio because I've been doing it for so long. But on my set today is, I wanted to call you Dr. Renair Montgomery because you gave us so much potent information on the radio show we did earlier today.
Thank you.
And she's my guest here. We're hanging out in the studio. We're gonna be dropping Dirty Diana. She's doing a piece on Dirty Diana. But welcome to Late Night Talk Radio. I'm saying it again. Welcome to Late Night Television.
That's the good thing about it live. You know, it is what it is.
That's right.
How y'all doing? Happy to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
What's up, everybody?
much. She's from DC.
Born and raised.
When she rolled into the studio, she said, "Jerry, where's 7-Eleven at?" It's like,
I'm a city girl.
There's only one.
It's one at every corner, okay? And it's like, where? It's like woods out here. It's like country. It's all right. My mom's from South Carolina. It's all right. I found somewhere to eat too. That's fine, you know.
But we're gonna give him a plug anyway. But Royal Farm pretty much dominate these areas. You can find one on every major street. And you gotta use your GPS.
I didn't use it. Street. I just assumed I forgot where I was. I thought I was in Washington D.C. And I was like riding. But I did find somewhere. I didn't find a 7-Eleven, but I did find somewhere else. That's fine.
That's
and
right.
I'm good.
That's right. Yeah, you gotta use the GPS. Yeah,
Okay.
it would guide you perfect. I thought you was okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're here on Late Night. We want to give people an opportunity to know what you do. Of course, you're a health expert. You have a talk show that's really hot right now on WGR in DC. I actually watched this show. She had the good Professor Belton on there, which I had met. He actually was on a set that we were part of with the Blessed Network. So shout out to the Blessed Network. Okay. And he was just so cool on that. So, let's see how Renair handled Professor Belton. He's just so cool. Of course, he has like some awards and he worked with some big people in the industry, and it looked like you was mixing a little bit of Christianity and what you knew about what was going on. So tell us about the interview. How challenging it is sometimes when you're dealing with people from different genres, for your show.
Well, let me tell you something. I think that it's important to do your homework, first of all. You can't just go up in there. Like, I can't have an artist come up in there and I'm clueless as far as what they put out. Did they win any awards? Anything like that? That's also like with authors of books and everything. I need to read some of that book.
That's right.
Because how are you going to be intelligent to ask them questions if you don't even know what the devil the book is about? I mean, duh, go sit down. You ain't ready. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just being real.
Batman is guilty of that. Sometimes Batman don't have time to be reading books, but most of the time, I guess with me, I kind of want to be surprised anyway. I know people got different styles, and I was watching your show. I said, wow, she is so good with her research. You had your notes, and you you kept that thing flowing. You didn't show no struggle. There was no panic. Yeah. You were prepared.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give a shout out to my cousin, Reverend Joe Lee Sanders. What's up, Joe? How you doing? had me to come on his show, the Praise Fest show on 1340 WYCB. That's under Kathy Hughes. And I'm gonna tell you, I knew nothing about radio. I was like, and, no one could see you, but I was like, just thinking that, a lot of people are listening to me, And I was the type of person, I grew up kind of like, I'm the one that's in the background. And my brother, the late great Minister Renair Montgomery, he was the one that I would push out to the forefront. Well, since he's gone, I find myself, I have to come to the forefront. And my mom always said, my kids are like a bag. The Lord just stuffed you with gifts. You don't know what you have in you unless you're given the opportunity.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So when Joe gave me the opportunity, said, hey, come on my show, I want you to co-host this one time. I came on nervous, messing up, but it was live. And it is what it is because, hey, guess what? We human. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. What came out my mouth was, I got criticized, a lot of critical whatever. But I'm going to tell you, I thank God for the criticism because that didn't deter me from that. It fueled me. It like added fuel to it to say, I'm going to beat this. And I was able to, thank God through him, he said, come on back again, come on back again. I was able to pretty much perfect it, you know what I mean? And get to where I need to be as far as that go. Not knowing that that was going to help me do TV.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Together
so exactly, because it's like, this is live. It is what it is. All mistakes, it is what it is.
Right.
We're human. We're going to make mistakes. But we have no time to be cut. Let's, do this episode over again. Da, da, da. It is what it is, whatever comes out. And it gave me the boldness to do what I do because I feel that if you have knowledge that someone else needs, especially like in the medical field, I'm a licensed massage therapist as well as a registered nurse. So I'm looking at it medically and holistically.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So when I speak, I try to speak with authority, and I'm humble with that because I thank God for it. But because of my years of knowledge and been there, done that, I've done pretty much all specialties as far as in nursing. Some I like, some I didn't like. But with that, I can incorporate and tell the masses what's going on because you have a lot of people.
A lot of people.
That won't even go to the doctor. They're afraid of what they're going to find out.
Unknown.
The unknown. The percentage of HIV in the DMV area is tremendous. Okay? Yeah, that's correct. Not only that, but also now, hepatitis C is prevalent.
Yeah.
Real prevalent. HIV, if there's blood there, you miss and touch it, don't touch blood, but you miss and touch it, you can't get HIV because it evaporates. You can't get it. But hepatitis, you can. Right. Dry blood. A lot of people don't know they have it, not until they decide to donate blood. Then they find out that they have antibodies against it. You know what I mean? They now have, some cures for it. But once you're on that list, you're basically blackballed. You can't give blood at that point. Once they find out that you have the antibodies, don't even try. It goes everywhere. They don't want your blood. So my thing is back to me being a nurse. I feel that with my years of experience, been there, done that, what I've seen, I can then now help the public. Because I know that a huge percentage will not go see their doctor, won't do follow-up checkups, whatever. Even nurses and doctors, medical people are bad at that themselves. Everyone is. Right. But if I can give you some information without overloading you with things, give you some information.
No force fed.
Right, exactly. But a little bit of information at a time. That hopefully something will be clear. Let me do this, let me do that. Just like I talk about live foods, fruits and vegetables and everything like that. Concentrate more on these live foods versus a lot of, because you're constantly fighting cancer every day. Your cells are doing this every day.
You don't hear that from your doctor that you're fighting that every day.
They don't have time to tell you that because they're busy seeing clients. The biggest thing is see clients, one after another.
15 minutes.
Exactly. And some of them are overwhelmed with that. They have to see them at a certain period. They want to get out on time. They want to eat. They want to get out maybe by 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock and see their families and everything. So they don't have time to really, unless you say, hey doc, I have this question, that question, this question, and you ask them immediately. Sometimes they see in so many people, and there's such a shortage in the health field right now. So a lot of times, a lot of people really need to. It's on the internet.
And that's what they're going to do sometime. Because the last visit I had with my neurologist, because I had little concerns with my memory and everything, headaches and stuff that I was getting, and they did like a little battery test or whatever. But at the end of it, she said she printed out something on the internet and gave it to me. You know, and exactly what I was going to do anyway. When I was going to look up and see what what I really was going through.
Everything is going toward that. I mean, they're going to ask you questions. I had a doctor that literally sit there and ask me little questions, and she's typing, and then she spits out this thing, and then she gives it to you. I'm not crazy about that, but this is the 21st century, and everything is going toward that. Back in the day, we used to be able to do all kind of things, triaging, really teach. In the hospitals, we could do back rubs, we could do chest PT, meaning cupping the back, especially if they've had surgery, so that they won't get pneumonia afterwards. We could do all that. Now, in the medical field, it's short.
So much outpatient care.
So much, yeah, exactly. Or they'll tell you to do it, and all they do is write it. Because if you don't write it now, you didn't do it.
That's right.
Most times they write it and they didn't do it either. I'll just be honest. But what I'm saying, everything is more now computerized. It's not hands-on anymore.
Right.
And I would not be surprised, to be honest. The future is coming, right? It's going to be robots that's do whatever. Come up in there and do one of the numbers and give it to you.
That's right.
And
Tell
you
them
will
the
have
problem is, and they find it, and
you will have no touch care. That's so important for touch. But it's going to all be robotic, all computerized or whatever. It is what that's how it's going to be,
So Renair, it sounds like with your show, it sounds like you're a server, you want to serve us. So tell us a little bit about your purpose. What was your real purpose to do this show?
When I thought about, I'm gonna tell you, me and a sister girl, she's also a nurse. She's going to school for a nurse practitioner. She, we talked about. I said, I really want to go back to either radio or TV. After I did it back in 2015, 16, I really wanted to, but it was like a limbo where it was an area where I didn't do anything, and so I said, I need something that's catchy for the show. If I'm going to do TV, we talked about. It was a longer terminology than Let's Talk Positive Life. And Kindle-Late. Hey, Kindle-Late, if you look, what's up, girl? We talked about, because I said I wanted it to kind of entail everything, because I'm a person, I have many titles, and I'm humble with that, but I really wanted to really focus a huge portion on medical to help people. That's the biggest thing, is helping. Let's talk positive life. We know that there's a lot of negatives. We deal with that every day.
Right.
Negativity. Biblically, it even talks about that. Evil's always present. So even though there's some negative, but let's tweak that thing. Let's turn around and find out what is the solution. You know what I mean? What's the solution? This is the problem. Now let's try to find a solution to that, the positive.
Yeah, you don't get that sometimes.
You know what I'm talking
it's
about?
Let's find out what the real problem is so we can fix that, and then we can get you all off these meds.
Right. What's causing the problem? Let's get to the etiology, the background of it. Why is it? And if we can find that out, then we can give you the solution. So that's what I try to do, is give people a solution, whether it's medical or holistic, something that's going to help you to prolong life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you told some really great stuff on the radio show today, talking about the pH balance in water. A lot of people probably don't realize how many different forms of water there is.
That's correct.
That was so interesting.
Yeah, because a lot of people, even a lot of my nurse friends, don't know that. But it's all about looking into things, doing your own homework also. Because a lot of things now are on the internet. You don't have to necessarily go to the libraries anymore. Everyone it's a computer thing. And when you hear something, say like even on the news, you listen to the news and see what's going on. What is the up-to-date information that's going on? And then you can really let people know what's really going on behind the scene. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I tell people, I say, okay, you know that you are up to 78% water. Okay, well, it's hot like this. You're sweating. You're number one, number two, whatever. You're losing fluids. Okay, you're made up of so much fluid now. Not necessarily 78%, because someone tried to tell me it's 78%, but I'm gonna say this: it's not 78% if you're heavy. Fat right there, that's gonna make you 60-some%. You're not gonna be 78%. I mean, you just aren't. So let's be truthful. Book-wise, it says 78% or up to. It has to say that, okay? But it's not enough to say, okay, drink water. There's fluid in your foods also, so you're getting some there too. But my thing is with the water, 8 ounces is the minimum that you're supposed to be taking in.
Wow.
If you don't have a kidney problem, okay, or congestive heart or cardiac problem, then you're supposed to take up to that, about that plus more. That's the minimum. But it's not enough. I want to take it a little bit further. Because a lot of people say, oh yeah, I know. Okay, let's take it further. You know what I'm talking about? And let's say, okay, what kind of water? Because, again, we talked about this, some is more acidic, like what your stomach is acidic. That's the only part of you that's acidic. Your whole body, the Lord made us alkaline people. And so people don't know that unless we tell them that. And so we say, what you can do is get a pH strip or drops and take a little bit of water that you already have, drop it, and see what color it turns to. If it is orange, you think of an orange, that's acidic. If it's yellow, you think of a lemon, that's acidic. Drinking acidic water is okay if you're doing it for a purpose. That's my licensed massage therapist coming in, a holistic. If you're detoxifying your system for a little while, that's fine. But other than that, you're supposed to be drinking high pHs, pH of 7, pH of 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5. And you can go simply to, if it's cost effective, go to Walmart. Walmart is everywhere. They have the essential water. And it actually has on there the pH. It's terrible that people don't have what's actually in there in the pH. They are supposed to tell you exactly what you have and what exactly. I'm not going to say don't drink it, but what I'm saying is why don't you test it and see.
So if it's 6, we need that balance in our body.
Exactly. We're made up of a lot of vitamins.
So we got to understand what our body is. So like you talked about weight. So if you're tall and you're weighing a certain amount of pounds in height, or versus a short person that's weighing maybe the same. So the water pH balance matters. So you need
pH
to have
balance matter. Remember, muscle weighs more than the fat a lot of times. Depending on itself, you have to keep all that in consideration. A person can have a lot of fat, can be the same pounds as a person that's muscular, whatever. All that, the scale that we used to go by, and they probably still go by that, is that Twiggy scale. Everybody can't be no Twiggy and BMI of a certain amount. You have to take in consideration also if a person is muscular. If they're muscular, they're building up, and that's going to weigh quite a bit. They have. It's a lot. Again, medical field, it's a whole lot. There's no way you can even talk about everything because it's so much, and we're constantly learning.
And I think what you covered was super duper important because a lot of us don't understand our waters. We don't understand the makeup, alkaline versus acidic. So audience, friends, family, go out there and look it up on the internet. Understand the makeup of your body so you be able to understand what your body is going through so you'll be able to fight off some of these common colds, these viruses, these airborne pneumonias out there. You have to build up your immune system. I know me being diabetic is important for me to understand and look up those things you just talk about because that could be the main culprit why a lot of us have a very troubled immune system, and that's probably why
it has something to do with that.
Yeah, we're eating the wrong foods and we're taking in too much of this and not enough of that. So I really appreciate you sharing all this with us. It's a start.
Knowledge is powerful.
That's right.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. It's so much more.
That's right. So tell them where to find you on the internet again.
Well, you can find me under my name. I'm the only Renair Montgomery in the world. Thank you, Mama. Yes. Woo! I'm going to tell you, my dad was from Memphis by way of Mississippi. And so he wanted to call me Amalou Mary Sue, something like that. Thank you. Oh, can I shout right there? Yes, sir. My mom said, not my baby. She said she liked Renee. And then she put the IR to make it more French. Comme allez-vous? Okay. So she liked that. But you know what? There are quite a few Renairs around. Some have Renaire.
Yes.
Be a male. And so, but I'm the only Renair Montgomery, as far as I know, in the world. Renair Yvette Montgomery. So you can find me on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I have the old, MySpace? Everywhere, honey. Yes, just Google me and you will see Renair Montgomery. Right. And then what you can do is, I know on my Facebook I have like maybe 5,000 or so. That's the max. I don't know. Facebook need to add more. They really do. But I do have another site that actually says like Renair, the nurse, massage therapist, singer-songwriter. So, and it's a public site. And what I do on that one is I tend to, because with me, my background with it, used to do radio, I did not give that up. Because I figured that I would return back to radio, but I ended up returning back to TV.
That's right. internet.
So yeah, come on. Didn't see this coming, but I thank God for it, and I'm loving it. This is what I want to do. I always say I really want to be kind of like a Barbara Walters, Oprah Winfrey type of thing like this. Just to,
a little bit of Dr. Oz throwing
yes,
in there,
a little bit of all that. You know, all that. And
She's
just to
all
give
that.
people you know, the knowledge, the wisdom and knowledge, because you need to know these things. This is to the whole purpose is to prolong your life.
That's right.
That's the
As long as
whole
you
thing.
can.
And so back to the what I call it, Let's Talk Positive Life. I talked to my buddy Carlton, and it was a little bit long, and I can't remember what I initially called it, but he said, Renair, I love the topic. I love what you're naming the show, but make it even shorter.
This is right.
Keep
Keep
in mind.
the email short and the website short.
And so I told him, I said, let me think about it. And I got back with him. I said, let's talk positive. He said, that's
There
it.
you go. Excellent.
That's it.
All right.
So it includes everything. Yes.
Well, I think we ended the show. What's going on, Jordan? It's still rolling? All right. Well, everybody, we want to thank Renair Montgomery from WBGR and DC so much for joining us and sharing so much knowledge. Of course, she said there's so much more we need to know, but tune into her show to find out each week what she's talking about.
That's correct.
So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on the late night show with Jerry Voice Live Worldwide. Take care, everybody.
All right.
Peace out.